everybody, my name is Nora, and today I want to take you through a little bit of my morning and what it's like as a third-year engineering student at UBCO Okanagan. Life's good. I'm going to go to campus for EMAG, which is going to be good. It's one of my favorite classes. And I got a lavender iced latte and a barbecue pulled pork sandwich.
Hey guys, I'm Kira, a first-year engineering student here at UBCO, and welcome to a day in my life. On days where I have my labs in the morning, I'll just eat breakfast in my dorm because I don't have time to go to the dining hall before my lab. Okay, so I just left my dorm and I'm walking to EME now for my lab. EME is the engineering building and it's like across campus. So like I live at the top of the hill basically, and EME is like basically at the bottom of the hill that the campus is on.
This lab is for APSC 182, Matter and Energy 1. It deals with thermometry, states of matter, phase change, ideal and real gases, and the first and second laws of thermodynamics. My first class of the day is 378, which is electromagnetics for engineers. It's a third-year electrical engineering class, and it's honestly one of the coolest classes I've taken in my time here at UBCO. This class gets into things like transmission lines and wave propagation. Currently, I'm in the 4-year program, which means that I take 6 classes in my third year. And it's definitely a lot, but it's really rewarding at the same time.
Okay, so it's 10 o'clock. We actually finished our lab an hour early, and now we're heading over to the dining hall. There's EME behind me. We're heading to the dining hall to eat, and then I have my meetings at 12. Okay, so we're at Bridger Dining Hall. This is Layla, and we are going to show you guys what we got. On my first plate, I have some loaf of sorts. I think it's blueberry maybe. I have some donut holes, and I made myself a PB&J. And then I also have this yogurt bowl with yogurt, shocker, strawberries, blueberries, granola, honey, and peanut butter. What do you have?
So it's half eaten, but I have some avocado and boiled eggs mashed together on some sourdough toast with some onion, cilantro, and then some hot sauce. And then I have a long espresso with oatmeal.
Beautiful.
So next I will run to Picnic and I will grab myself a little free breakfast as a lunch/brunch. They offer all sorts of free food there. It's sort of like a food pantry for students.
So I'm walking back to EME now because I have my end stories meeting at 12 and it's almost 12 now, so.
Just for a bit of additional context, Kira and I are work-study students here at UBCO. Specifically, we are student content creators, which means that we make all sorts of content like the stuff you see in the background here for TikTok, Instagram, and all sorts of social media channels. This YouTube video that you're watching right now is a part of that program. Overall, the work-study program is a great way to be involved on campus. I really do recommend getting involved on campus like this with a club or job.
So my end stories meeting just ended and now I'm heading to my dynamics tutorial. If you don't know what the tutorial is, it's basically like a place where you and your TA will do like practice problems. So like in your lectures, you'll learn more of the concepts. You usually do some practice problems in lectures depending on the prof. And then tutorials are kind of a space where you learn how to apply those like theory stuff and you do practice problems.
So next I'm in my lab for ENGR 352, which is microelectronics 2. In this lab, we're designing a heart rate sensor with PPG to detect blood volume changes. We designed the filter, the amplification, the trigger circuits, and we use a flash LED for each detected pulse. It shows up on the oscilloscope, as you can see here.
Beautiful. That is correctly working. So that is a good picture right there.
Ignore the subtle flex of my lab tech saying that we did a good job, but this is the circuit in the last lab when it's all pretty and we've cut all the wires to size. It was a really neat experience all in all, and it was cool to apply all the skills we learned in class.
Okay, so my tutorial's over and now I am walking to my lecture.
We're in the Collegium between classes. So I figured I'd come back and add a little bit of context here as to what the Collegium is. It's a little room inside EME right here, which is in that same building I pointed out on the map earlier. In short, it's a space that a lot of commuting students use for basically everything. Here we are testing something for a class using the plugs there, but we also do homework, hang out at the desks, cook, have food, take naps. There's a couple of couches and board games. It's really kind of a good for everything space that we use a lot. After I took a bit of a break in the collegium, I went to my last lecture of the day, which was actually a guest lecture for ENGR 315, which is Systems and Control. You can see it here.
Okay, so my lecture's over and now we are just headed to go eat again.
Once my class is done, I head home and get ready for my evening.
Okay, I'm going back up to my dorm now and I'm going to clean my room a bit and I'm gonna study.
Just a small note on dorms from first year. Kira lives in Similkameen, which you can see right here. It's a single dormed building, which means that all of the dorms are singles and there's shared bathrooms. All dorms have solo rooms, but some have shared bathrooms between 2 students and some have shared bathrooms between the whole floor.
Okay, the first thing that I'm gonna do is clean my room. Okay, now I'm just gonna take a little break to wind down after a day of classes and labs and tutorials, and I'm just gonna read the book that I'm reading right now, and then I'm going to study.
Most evenings, I'll be completely honest, I mostly just do homework, but this night was pretty exciting. I went to the Engineering Society organized charity gala, which was a fundraiser for a couple of food banks in Kelowna that the Engineering Society at UBCO put on. It was also the very last event of National Engineering Month, which we put on a bunch of events for.
It's 9:30 and I've been studying and my friends stopped by and said hi. That's kind of the perks of living in dorms, is if your friends are walking past, sometimes they'll just knock on your door and then you end up hanging out. So I'm officially ready for bed and my day is over. This is just one of the days of my week. This is what Mondays look like for me. There are days where I won't have any labs or any tutorials and I'll just have lectures. There'll be days where I have more lectures than other days. For example, Tuesdays tomorrow, I end all of my classes at 3:30 versus today I ended my classes at 6. So every day is different, but yeah, that was my Monday. It's 11:30 right now. I'm gonna read and go to bed. I'll see you guys next time.
At this point in my day, I generally just go home and relax. Not every day is like this one. Like Kira said, it kind of fluctuates between super busy and super calm. This was a really busy day, but sometimes I only have a couple classes. Sometimes I have 12 hours of classes. It really goes back and forth and depends on what I'm doing that day.
If you have any questions about being an engineering student or being a first-year student at UBCO, comment them down below and I will happily answer them. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Like Kira said, thank you so much for coming along for our days. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Either one of us will get back to you. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!